Honestly, this was a fantastic JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and one of the episodes that I think impressed me the most compared to a lot of the other episodes, not only Part 4 has had, but also just the series in general, because somehow, JoJo really got the feeling of love down amazingly in one episode. And coming from JoJo, which is over-the-top manliness, just over-the-top everything, I didn't expect I'd have a good kind of love story in JoJo, but this episode definitely proved me wrong. See, Miss Yandere, and I'm gonna call her Miss Yandere, I think that's the perfect way to explain her character, and just, it's the best name for her. She wants Koichi to love her, and I mean, she's been obsessed. She was a psychopath earlier on in the series, but her love is the real thing, and she, since then, has not been a murderous psychopath to Koichi to try to get him to love her. So I haven't hated her in any way. I was like, you know what? She actually is a pretty nice fit for Koichi. This guy is pretty nice. He's kind of oblivious to some things, but he definitely seems like a good match for it. It felt like it'd be a good match. In this episode, we got an interesting twist on the Cinderella tale, where this woman has a stand that can literally rearrange someone's face and body so people will fall in love. It's actually kind of clever. Like, she has these different prices like eternal love, an hour love, things like that. So she can rearrange someone's face or the entire body to make whoever they want fall in love with them. So shit's gonna go wrong in some way. You can't just buy love like that. But it was interesting to see how she can rearrange the face, and actually if they don't use this lipstick every half hour unless they're sleeping, shit's gonna go wrong. And when we see shit go wrong with this, it's actually kind of frightening and actually really cool. Watching her face literally start falling apart and her hands disintegrate because she forgot to use the lipstick was really entertaining, and she was actually a very interesting villain, but I really don't consider this stand user to be a villain because she's not really doing anything wrong. She's not going out of her way to ruin people's lives like a lot of the villains. She's more of someone who's altering appearances to a degree that most wouldn't really accept or think is good, but she's not doing it for menacing reasons. And she even offers her a chance, like, if you can pick out your face out of all the faces that I've ever worked on, I will repair your face. But she does an interesting twist with it where her face isn't in there, so no matter what she picks, unless she realizes her face isn't there, shit's gonna go wrong and she'll be stuck with an ugly face. But this is what's really impressed me, because even though she was pretty much buying Koichi's heart, he legitimately has feelings for her now and was willing to be with her no matter what, and even says, if I pick your wrong face, because she wants him to pick it because she just can't live with picking the wrong face, but as long as Koichi picks it, that is perfectly fine to her. And he says, I want to go blind if I pick the wrong face so I don't have to see your wrong face. And I was like, damn, boy, you were going all in. Like, this is actually some good love story shit right here. And this is coming from JoJo. Like, that actually kind of tugged on my heartstrings a bit. I was like, you know what, Koichi? You are definitely my favorite character after this episode. I've been humming and hawing who my favorite character in JoJo Part 4 has been. It's definitely Koichi. He feels like the MC of this series. Not even Josuke. Like, Josuke is great, but he is not the MC, in my opinion, to the series. And this fairy godmother literally is so impressed that this boy will go this far for her, that even though he picks the wrong face, she decides to repair her face properly, and it looks like we actually got a pairing of JoJo, which is honestly OTP at this point, Koichi with Miss Yandere, who's not full Yandere anymore, but still got those Yandere tendencies, has become a ship, and honestly, I thought it was a really good episode. Now, it seems like they rearranged the episode orders, because originally I think we were supposed to get Kira this episode, but they rearranged it, so I think we're getting like a few episodes of Kira like back to back in a couple of weeks, which is really cool. But I like this episode a lot. Like, JoJo just keeps impressing me with its themes and its execution for pretty much everything. You could have told me at the beginning of this season that I would get a good love story episode in JoJo Part 4, and I would have thought you were insane, because JoJo and love just really doesn't go hand in hand, at least not a true love story that actually feels like the love is natural, feels like it works, and feels like there's actually feelings there. But this one episode definitely did it, and it's not one-sided, and I really like it. I hope, they don't reverse anything, and, Koichi and her just kind of split up or something like that, because it was definitely a solid romance, like really well done and executed, and I thought the comedy was just on point this episode, especially with all the individual facial expressions. There's so many ways they stylized kind of the freeze frames it just always looks beautiful. And I thought overall, everything that it went for, all of its executions and how it handled pretty much everything was very well done. Like, there really wasn't a bad part to the episode, I found. We even have a spot when Koichi is telling everyone at the school that he fell in love with Miss Yandere, and Josuke is drinking milk and almost falls out, and if it's not for his stand, he would have fallen to his death. I thought that was hilarious. Like, that's probably the funniest part of the episode to me. I just cracked up laughing there. But overall, honestly, it was a really good episode. I don't have a complaint for this episode. Everything that it went for, I felt like it actually hit the nail on the head very well, and I wouldn't change anything about this episode, and I'm excited to see what next week brings. So if you guys watched the episode, be sure to let me know what you thought. Did you love the romance this episode? How do you feel about everything? And you ready for Kira in a couple of weeks? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like button to show your support, and also subscribe if you're new to my channel. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.